Welcome back, and you're watching Markets at Noon on ET. Now, let's keep it going with some of the earnings that have come out. We had V-Guard that reported its numbers, and now to talk about the numbers, we're joined by Sudarshan Kasturi, who is from V-Guard, joining in with us this afternoon. Let's move on and talk about, firstly, thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET now. And Mr. Kasturi, I want to talk about your growth, the strong growth that we've seen coming in the top line, double-digit growth that we're seeing coming in over there. How is the demand trend on ground for the company? Could we expect this double-digit growth that we're seeing this quarter to continue all throughout the year as well?
Yes, we have had a good top-line growth in the quarter, a 19% growth, which is broad-based. All our segments have grown. Demand has been fairly good, especially after the second half of May. The only exception being North region, where the North region was impacted by unfavorable weather, but other regions have done well. Looking forward, we are hopeful that this growth momentum will sustain in the upcoming festive season.
So that is the double-digit growth will continue, right, into FY24?
Yes, we expect this growth momentum to continue. Yes.
Also, sir, just could you talk us through how is the demand and growth in the rural markets? Are you seeing a recovery in these markets now?
There has been some concerns of slowdown, especially in the smaller towns or in the mass market segments. But going by what we have seen in this quarter post-May, there seems to be some kind of recovery. So that's been encouraging, I would say.
So the last time when we spoke in Q3, you had mentioned and you'd spoken about achieving that pre-COVID level margins in the next couple of quarters. That would be Q1 FY24. But we have not reached that margin of pre-COVID levels, which was a double-digit margin. So what is the target that you're keeping in terms of this margin, double-digit margin? When do you think that you will be able to actually achieve this double-digit margin then?
Yeah, I think when it comes to recovery on margins, getting back to pre-COVID levels, we still have some way to go. We have sequentially seen margin improvements come through in the last couple of quarters. The impact of some softening in input prices and therefore closing of pricing gaps. While we have seen margin improvements, there is still some gap. I think we should be able to get back to pre-COVID levels in the coming 1 or 2 quarters.
Also, Mr. Kasturi, are there any price increases or pricing actions that are taken across the categories in terms of anything that you've taken this quarter?
The little softening that we have seen in commodity prices has obviated any need for further price increases. It has helped to cover some bit of the pricing gap that existed. The input costs have come off their peaks that we saw during the last year. So yes, in terms of commodity costs, the worst is behind us, and we are seeing that impact flowing through into margins. There's no need for any more price corrections right now.
And also, just in terms of if you could give us an indication, what are your capex plans? Any new categories that you're looking to launch as well?
Capex, yes, we do have some plans of establishing some manufacturing facilities as we move more products from outsourcing to in-house manufacturing. So there will be some capex involved, maybe about 100 crore a year for this year and next. In terms of new categories, nothing much to comment at this point. Right now, our focus would be to grow the categories that we have recently entered. Plus, there have been a couple of recent acquisitions, Sunflame and Simon. So I think we just focus on getting growth in these businesses.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kasturi, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. And that was the man.